Okay. Welcome back to yet another stream. Today I'm joined with one of the greatest fans I know from Africa, Kenya. uh, One of those that I've not met another one. How did it happen that you became a Liverpool fan against all odds in Kenya?
Thank you for having me, Steve. My fun with Liverpool actually began in 2004.
Mhm,
Previously, I used to be a fan of Serie A, where I'm up to date. I'm a fan of Milan. Then I
mhm,
realized that I needed a team in the Premier League. And
mhm,
tentatively, during those times, I know Manchester United, Arsenal. Most
mhm,
Arsenal was really doing very well. And in my family, my brothers and sisters also, they're supporters of Arsenal. Apparently, my dad is a supporter of Manchester United. And then for me, I wanted something different and to experience a different world. Then
mhm,
apparently, even though we were not doing very well in those years in the Premier League, we were doing very well in Europe. So
mhm,
you remember that comeback,
mhm,
Istanbul, whereby we were down in first half, and then second half it was just blowing off courtesy of Steven Gerrard. That's when we won our first trophy. Ever since then, I think my spirit with Liverpool developed to
mhm,
date. It's now about 20 years, and we're doing well. We have won trophies.
mhm,
What I think I can say is when you're a fan, you stick there.
mhm.
There are good times, there are bad times, and that's what I can say. And at the moment, I'm seeing Michael Arteta is doing very well. It could be also a transition period for us and also to take over Europe and the Premier League.
Yeah, I was even wanting to ask you that question. The similarities between what Liverpool went through. I do recognize that you went through a very long spell without winning trophies, and it was year in year out. Liverpool they're not getting relegated, but they're just there, good players, but they are missing. The last, always you could feel like there is a player that is missing in this team. And do you think uh, Arsenal as a team, which I believe you've been also watching for a long time, will come out of this situation? Because personally, I joined Arsenal because of few names and also family background. But ever since, I can say, ever since I was a young boy, I haven't experienced Arsenal winning really trophies apart from the last one they won when I was really young. So I've been yearning also to get to the point that where I can say, yeah, I was part of this process. And do you think Mikel Arteta is the right man who can sort of emulate what Klopp has done at Liverpool?
Yeah, I think the problem most clubs do is to invest on few stars and forget investing within the rest of the department. All those years, yes, Liverpool used to have that star player. We could be talking the likes of Steven Gerrard. We could be talking the likes of Fernando Torres. We could be
Mhm,
talking about Duck Guy. We could be talking about Suarez.
mhm,
Yes, we had coaches, but we needed someone who was to take us the next level. The next level was to break that trophyless curse, and
mhm,
that was Jurgen Klopp. Remember very well when Klopp came in, we
mhm,
had a squad that could not even make the first 11 of the Liverpool we have at the moment, even in the reserves. But
mhm,
as we speak right now, Klopp, what he did, he was given the mandate. And one thing I recommend Liverpool up to date, it's actually the scouting department that Klopp came with.
mhm,
Uh, if you see the kind of recruitment Liverpool does, Liverpool, yes, get stars, but we don't overspend to get a star. And here I'm talking of the likes of, you could be talking about Kylian Mbappe, you could be talking about Ireland. So
mhm,
all those players are good, but you can have that one player, but star players don't win you trophies. You
mhm,
need players that are all rounded. So
mhm,
Jurgen Klopp came in. he had to look across all the department. We are talking about the striking, the defense, the goalkeeping, and also at the midfield. When you look at Liverpool, it is a team that it's well balanced. Even if we miss some few players here and there, people said when we are going to miss Mohamed Salah and Mane, we are not going to survive when they went to Africa Cup of Nations. In fact, you saw when Diogo Jota came in, he did well. Diogo Jota is a guy you can be reliable on. Then you can see there is this star player we have just signed, uh,
Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
Mhm.
In fact, even the pundits in England, they can't understand where we got that player from. He's so good. So those are the kind of, when I look at Arteta right now, going back to the case of Arsenal, is that first of all, Arteta is the kind of coach Arsenal needs at the moment because he instills that belief, self-belief, and he trusts his players. Arteta doesn't believe on stars. He believes on ability. That's why you could say Aubameyang was a good player, but the things you have to do when you are playing under Arteta. Yes, you have got all the money, you have got all the brand, you're a star, but when you are playing for Arsenal, it's not about stars. It's about an individual who is able to give 100% when you're on the pitch. So when I look at how Arteta is doing it, he needs support. And he's building a team. When I look, your squad is dominated by youngsters, and those youngsters are growing to the game. I can give you an example. Look, when Klopp brought on board the likes of Alexander Arnold, he
Right.
built confidence on that guy, right?
Mhm.
Right now, we have built confidence on a very young goalkeeper. Even he was given the opportunity, the trophy final, Kelleher, he has
Yeah.
won it. You could
Yeah.
see
Here's
another
one.
one, Elliot,
Mhm.
Johnson, Martin,
Mhm.
all those guys. And when I look at what Arteta is doing also, he's doing exactly the same.
Exactly
Like
the same.
they're very young.
Mhm.
I'm seeing the players. Look at Saka. Is one player where I eyeing, but I don't want a situation where Liverpool becomes a Chelsea and we just buy star players from other teams to destroy them.
Mhm.
No, I want also to see a team like Arsenal competing right now. So
Mhm.
when you look the squad of Arsenal and I try to compare it with the squad of West Ham, you guys have got some similarities, but what West Ham right now lacks is that finishing instinct. That's why they have been sloppy here and there. Arsenal, they believe that they are winning the game. They go for that game and they win that game. And you could see even the player relationship between Arteta and those young Turks. It
Mhm.
is very important. So in the next 3 to 4 years or 2 to 3 years, trophies will come in. Yeah, I know you feel like you've been in this generation of Arsenal and you have not won it until where the likes of when you had wonderful players like Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Perez, Dennis Beckham, when they won that big trophy for you. But when you were with Wenger, Wenger was a good guy. He was giving you Champions League. I know when you lost to Barcelona, where Eto'o scored. I think you guys, you have also been dominant, but now you need to start winning trophies. One of the
Yeah, we
things,
need to take our game a little bit a notch
yeah,
higher because
yeah,
we don't
yeah,
want to be seasoned participants. We also
yeah,
need
yeah.
to, make a mark and
I
also
can,
go back to the glory days.
yes, I can give you an example of why buying stars cannot win you trophies.
Mhm.
It's an example of Europe. Look
Mhm.
at what PSG is doing.
Mhm.
It is not working. Look at what Manchester City is doing. It is
Mhm.
not working, right?
It's
So
sustainable. Mhm.
yeah, so stars come and go, but a player you build,
Mhm.
have that policy, you mold a player to be a star. So
Mhm.
Arsenal department is currently doing very well. The way Ateta has elevated that department is that department, even us, rival fans, we admire. You know, when Arsenal is playing well, Manchester is playing well, Chelsea is playing well, Man City is playing well, Tottenham is playing well. That's
Mhm.
what makes our league sweet. But
Yeah,
when our
exactly.
teams are drifting apart, we are not enjoying the football we want. I want to see a thriller game tonight. Whoever
Okay.
wins, a thriller game where I want to see a game like when Liverpool was playing against Chelsea, that trophy where You are pushed to the edge until the coaches they don't know what to do. The players are
Right.
doing everything, but goals are not going in. So that's
Mhm.
the kind of game I want to see tonight.
All right. So let's go straight into the game now. We know at
Yeah,
the start of the season we had
yeah,
different expectations, especially when the Premier League season 2021-2022 yeah, began. The first three games, it was Arteta out, and because we lost three consecutive games at the start of the season, first Premier League game against Brentford, then Chelsea, and then Manchester City. 9 goals, goal difference of -9 at the bottom of the at the bottom of the league, and
yeah.
everybody was discounting Arsenal almost. I remember even myself, I was lost because I did not know now what I was expecting. But now compare it, 3 games into the Premier League,
Yes.
bottom of the league, goal difference of -9, and compare it now with the current Arsenal. What do you think might have changed?
As I mentioned earlier, is that first of all, when Ateta came on board, you had Leno as a goalkeeper, but still is a good goalkeeper, and I rate him highly.
Mhm,
But and then Ateta felt that there is this guy who has got a special instinct, and they have
mhm,
been relegated from the Premier League. Let me
mhm,
bring to my goalkeeping department.
mhm,
Believe you me, the clean sheets you guys have been making, yes, your defense has
Different.
good. Defense is good. For instance, even I never used to rate White highly, but
Mhm.
believe you me, right now when I'm playing my fantasy, he's in my first 11. Uh,
Oh, okay.
the guy, there is no way I can leave him out. He's a player you can rely on. And Ramsdale is a goalkeeper. Even if you have a good defense, you as a
Mhm.
goalkeeper, you have to
Organized.
yes, and
Mhm,
organize them. The way
mhm,
he shouts, the
mhm,
way he positions himself, you see all those things, and
mhm,
those saves he makes also motivates those players.
mhm,
Even if you're a good player and a good goalkeeper, and you don't have a defense that is self-reliant, you can't do well. And
all
another
right.
thing, the striking.
Mhm,
You see, Arsenal striking for some time when Aubameyang was the lead person.
mhm,
Yes, it was not really doing well, and
mhm,
I was not seeing the coordination between Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe, right?
mhm,
But
mhm,
currently, when you have Martinelli, Saka, and then you have either Pepe or Lacazette,
mhm,
the balance really comes in very well.
mhm,
And also, in fact, even your midfield is well, and it's sure midfield because the guys who are more creative minded, you play up front, you're
mhm,
playing to score, you're playing, and the energy in your midfield is that the players can fill in for another player who is going forward. So
mhm,
at least the marking itself is okay. When I look at that midfield, it's no longer it's like a triangle thing whereby when you are going on forward, you tend to open up, and then you tend to narrow. So you
mhm,
create that triangle also, so that the goalkeeper is able to monitor the movements of the opponents who are able to strike.
mhm,
And also, thirdly, is player attitude. When I look at those players,
mhm,
Arsenal, they're hungry, man. They want to play.
mhm,
Even when you see some players like Smith, they're being substituted, they don't like it.
mhm.
They don't really show, but you can see how sad.
They
It
become.
shows that the players are willing to play. So it's a thing that has really transitioned Arsenal.
All
And
right.
finally, is the coach.
The coach. Uh-huh.
Whenever I listen to the post match interviews or pre-match interviews, like yesterday, actually today morning, I was watching Arteta and Klopp, what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Arteta knows how dangerous Liverpool is,
Uh-huh.
but he knows how composed Arsenal is.
Uh-huh.
So Arsenal has got the composure.
Uh-huh.
Liverpool is a danger man, but it's under pressure. We are going to play under pressure so that we can fill that 3-point gap.
Uh-huh.
Arsenal can decide to sit back and frustrate everything. You guys, you play, you have the possession, right? So, and Liverpool is a team that likes possessing and then playing. If you take that possession from us, it becomes frustrating.
Becomes frustrating. All right. So let's move to the key battles in this match. Where
Yes.
do you think the game is going to be won? Is it in the goalkeeping? Is it in the defense? Is it in the midfield? Is it in the striking force? Because we have the pretty different personalities. You're looking at Liverpool. You're looking at either you're looking at Diaz. You're looking at Salah, who I think is going to play, even though it's doubtful. And we're looking at people like Jota or Mane or whoever can be brought in. Anybody in that front line is able to get goals to Liverpool. Midfield, we have the likes of Thiago, we have the likes of Fabinho. We know anything can happen in that place when those guys are in control. Defense just it just speaks for itself. We have Arnold, we have Van Dijk, we have Robertson, and then we have Matip. I guess if it's not Matip, it's gonna be the new guy,
Konate.
Ibrahima Konate.
Yeah.
So and then the goalkeeping, I think, is gonna be the usual suspects. I don't think Keller is gonna come in. In
No,
that
it's Alson. It's Alson.
it's Alisson. So when
Yes.
looking at Arsenal, no, I was able to name all those players. They are not Arsenal players, but they are Liverpool players. But they just players that I'm used to. I see them week in, week out. I know their potential. Now, when we look at Arsenal, what where do you think who is the player that you'll be most worried about, especially in this particular game?
When I look at the Arsenal team department, one thing I could say is that when we're looking from the goalkeeping, all of them are very clinical.
Mhm,
This game is going to won on errors
mhm,
because for the striking force, for instance, Martinelli is so good. He
mhm,
doesn't miss. If he has a chance, he will score.
mhm,
The battle of the midfield, I think when I compare with Arsenal, is that Liverpool is a bit stronger in that midfield, and Arteta knows very well he's not going to win the midfield. He'll
mhm,
try to see those long passes are able to reach the likes of Saka.
mhm,
And when we played with you last time, even though you guys lost, you saw how Saka was really bullying our Alexander. And for me, where the game is going to be won is at the midfield.
mhm,
And whoever takes this midfield and becomes composed
mhm,
could be able to, for instance, if Liverpool takes over the midfield and for us, if Jota starts, Jota among all those uh, forwards we have, Jota
mhm,
is the most polished one. Yes, Salah scores,
mhm,
but Jota, there are those situations he scores you can't even understand. Up to date, I've never understood which foot does Jota use because all of them, he
mhm,
kicks the ball the same. The guy
mhm,
shot, but heading is fantastic.
mhm,
And the same thing when I look at Martinelli is that where it takes away from Jota is that the pace Martinelli has
mhm,
and the ability to convert or even to shoot
mhm,
before the defenders. Even though, yeah, they were Arsenal is not going to. They know very well that they cannot bully the Liverpool defenders, right? But what they can do, if they try to bully our right back and the wing back, then they are able to win this game. So for me, I think that goal could come through if one wins. If Arsenal is able to supply the balls from the midfield, then what I could say is they can be in for surprise for Liverpool. But again, we have to see what Arteta has in mind. And I'm of a view that today Fabinho must start because he knows his brother, who is Martinelli. And another thing is a game like this, I like Matip to start in place of Konate. Matip, in fact, is the only defender who has won the Premier League Player of the Month since 2012. Him and Van Dijk. Matip sometimes he dribbles and does. He has that ability to give passes. When we go back to Arsenal, for me, I think defense-wise, we are not going to battle about that. Where we're going to battle is at the midfield.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. So, just want to bring it to the close. Finally, I know this game means a lot to both teams, understandably so, because Liverpool, they want to close that gap between them and Manchester City, who drew. So you guys have one game in hand,
yes,
over them, and you 4 points. So if you win this match, it's going to be just 1 point. So it's going to be very, very close. And so with Arsenal, this means also a lot because we are fighting the likes of Manchester United. We have the likes of Tottenham, West Ham, Wolves also have a shout in that. And so there's a lot of pressure in this match because both teams will be wanting at least to get something out of this match. If Arsenal lose this match, still they'll be in the driving seat. They will be still in the top 4. Manchester United will not be able to catch up with them, but still, this is a match that they will also want to get something out of it. The same way Liverpool also wants to win this match, at least to put more pressure on Manchester City, because Manchester City, I think they have shown time without number that they are a team that can capitulate at any given point of the season.
Yeah.
This was not a shock because I realized that last time around, the Crystal Palace actually beat them at the Etihad, and they could not beat Manchester City could not beat Crystal Palace in an away match. So it means that everything is possible, anything is possible, and anybody can beat anybody in this particular league. So your score prediction before we finish.
Well, I think Arsenal will score, most definitely. I'm going in for 3-1.
3-1 Liverpool.
Yes.
Wow, all the best. I do think it's going to be... My heart tells me that we can win this match, but...
Yeah, what is your prediction? For me, I've given my prediction.
Okay, 3-1. That's what I'm trying to tell you now.
Yes.
As an Arsenal fan, I feel that this is a match that is winnable because it will be 11 against 11. The boys will be so hungry, and they want also they're playing for the coach, by the way.
Yes.
And so they also want to put up a statement that, Arsenal is not an underdog in this fight. And so I think they're going to fight. And in as much as I know they're going to fight, I know the giant they're facing. So it's not going to be easy. So I'm going with 1-1 draw as my score prediction for this particular match. So if you can get a point, it will be a very, very fantastic result for Arsenal. I know you will be disappointed with that, but still, you would have taken another point from the Emirates. So let's wait and see. That's about our time. And thank you, my friend, for coming up. coming on, sorry, and appreciate your time, and maybe we'll be talking much sooner. Have a great
Okay.
evening.
Thank
All
you for
right.
having me and success. Let us enjoy the game few hours
All
from
right.
now.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.